And well, in the shocking case, a boy has gone missing in Hubli. The distraught mother has been running from pillar to post to trace her only son, but to no avail.
The photo you are seeing on your screen is that of 22-year-old Ravi Chandar. He came to Hubli 4 years back to earn a living and has been residing at his sister's house at Sonia Gandhi Nagar. With a dream to make it big, Ravi Chandar bought a goods auto for which he took a loan. He started working as a delivery boy, delivering milk within the city for Ganesh Enterprises. He would reach the office by around 7 in the morning and would go to office again in the evening to wrap up the pending chores. But on May 19th, Ravi Chandar did not return home. Even his vehicle has gone missing with him. Initially, it was said that he had gone missing, but later the case took a turn when blood stains and strands of his hair were found from the door of Ganesh Enterprises. Initially, Ravi Chandar's mother did not know what to do, but later she gathered courage and filed a missing complaint. Reacting to the complaint, the cops have been on an interrogation spree. They have been taking people into custody randomly and questioning them. The owner of Ganesh Enterprises has alleged that the cops are taking people into custody randomly and troubling them by asking random questions. When asked about this, the Hubli Police Commissioner refused to give a clear statement. It is really appalling to see that the cops are not doing their bit to help the aggrieved mother in tracing her son. Even after the case has taken a turn, the cops are not showing much interest. It now remains to be seen how the missing boy's mother plans to tackle the issue. Prakash Nulvi, News 9, Hubli.
Well, encroachments are nothing new in the city, and the sorry plight of complainants running from pillar to post to get it rectified is only mounting. Here's one such story of a Bengalurian.
This man on your screen is Mahabaleshwar Upadhyaya, living in the defence layout in Vidyaranyapura. He has been on his toes ever since his neighbours began constructing a building adjacent to his. He claims that his neighbour has been constructing the building without making space for the prescribed 3 feet from his compound. He claims to have written complaints to a host of people. The BBMP Joint Commissioner, the Executive Engineer of the BBMP in Vidyaranyapura, the Assistant Executive Engineer of BBMP, the Vidyaranyapura MLA, the local corporator and even the local welfare association. However, none of his cries have been heard and the building adjacent to his is still under construction. Upadhyaya says that the building could now cause him much hardship such as improper light, ventilation and privacy.
I am facing the problem is the building which is coming. I do not know how many floors it is coming up, and if I just tomorrow if I come build once again my house, my primary fundamental rights like privacy, air and light is not going to come up. Just because my neighbors is building it up, I am losing my primary things which is required to be enjoyed, right? So that is my primary concern actually.
Upadhyaya said he had even sent reminders to the officials to take action. He said that the local engineer now claims to have sent a notice to the builder.
Primarily, I have immediately spoken to the owner. Then immediately I have logged a complaint. There is a desktop complaint you can log in. There I have logged. I have written a letter to our welfare association, DGOSA staff association. Then I added corporator local, then MLA local, then assistant executive engineer, joint commissioner and commissioner. For all these I have approached for a solution. So once I didn't get the reply, then I have asked for I sent a reminder.
Upadhyaya even contemplated approaching the court but held back due to financial constraints. Will the officials hear his pleas and do the right thing? Deepak Bopanna, News 9, Bengaluru.
Well, it looks like the fiasco surrounding ADGP Ravindranath has not driven home a point. This time it was a boy from Mysore who was at the receiving end. Ashok, a resident of Ashokapuram, was beaten black and blue by the public for clicking pictures of a woman in the toilet. incident took place at a private hospital in Agrahara in Mysore. It is reported that Ashok was at the hospital to visit a relative. Meanwhile, the victim was in the same hospital to visit her ailing sister. Ashok, who was near the women's toilet, is said to have peeped into the toilet after the victim went in. He has then reportedly clicked pictures of the same. The victim who saw him has screamed and alerted the others, who have given him a sound thrashing. Well, my colleague Nolan Pinto joins us with more details on this. Well, Nolan, what more can you tell us about this shameful incident?
Well, very sketchy information still coming out as of now. It's just the information we have is that he was also in the hospital where he had gone to visit his ailing relative. This lady was also there to visit her sister. Now, when she had actually gone into the washroom, we're told that he peeped in and he actually clicked pictures. Now, the information we are getting is that once she saw him doing that, she screamed, all hell broke loose. People came to where she was and he received a sound thrashing. Now, apart from that, the police have to actually find out from whether he's actually clicked these pictures from his mobile. Does he have it? Because that is what she said. He was peeping and he was clicking pictures. So based on that, they will actually take further action. But as of now, the police have taken him into their custody.
Yes, and also we understand that this man that we see in the television screens, he had come into the hospital to visit an ailing relative, so he had his family members around. So it is quite disappointing and quite shameful to say that he would actually go ahead and click a woman's picture in the toilet in the presence of so many people around him.
That's the point. It's extremely strange that he would have actually done this. And considering the fact that this is a hospital, it's a very busy hospital in Mysore, next to Agrahara. And you have a lot of people coming over there. So for them to actually do what he's doing there, clicking a picture, is a little bit hard to believe. But as of now, the police have taken him into their custody. But the point is, the people,
right.
We've seen how things happen. No one waits to find out what happens. They will hammer the person.
Right, Nolan. Thank you for joining us with all those details. And well, animals have time and again been subjected to pain and torture. Here's one such story from God's own country, Kerala.
Look at this camel wailing. It is lying helpless and unable to bear the pain, even as this man continues to cruelly assault it. He keeps beating the animal black and blue until the stick breaks. And even as the camel struggles to stand up, it is beaten down to the ground again. These visuals are from Kerala, where animals are extensively used for commercial purposes and leisure. These animals are used for leisure by the tourists, but have you ever thought of the inside story? Have you ever thought of the conditions that they are kept in? Well, the conditions are as pitiable and inhospitable as they can get. None of the rules and regulations are being followed by the agencies that get these animals to Kerala. This heart-wrenching video will indeed bring tears to your eyes. But what about the ones who subject these innocent animals to pain and torture? Who do these animals complain to? It is indeed time to introspect. A News9 report.
Well, Preeti Zinta has landed in Mumbai before noon but is not going to record her statement today. She arrived from the US via London on a British Airways flight and is likely to record her statement on Monday or Tuesday. The police had called her to return to the city as her statement needs to be taken on her FIR against former boyfriend Nes Wadia, filed on the 13th of June at the Marine Drive police station. The venue of the place where her statement will be recorded was not yet fixed, and the venue is not likely to be the police station, is what we understand.